Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this the podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock them out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit them with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break them, let's go. Yeah. Can Crushers. Yeah. Can Crushers, let's go.
Welcome, everybody, back to another Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. It's the Spotlight Edition, and I'm still your host, Mark the Mark Martinez. Guys, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Throughout these years that you've supported us, this is what I need to say first and foremost. Thank you. You guys have turned into numbers amazingly. You supported the podcast. You love all these Spotlight Editions, so that's what I'm here to bring you. Now, I don't know if this is a downfall or not. I have a returning guest. It could be a downfall because I did something wrong or I forgot to promote something for him. Yeah, you can tell by the thumbnail. It is the cheer captain, Malik Mayfield, coming back on the show. One of the cats that started this whole cereal conversation from NCWO. Yeah, Robin, Miss Vegos, yeah, all them. So maybe he's here to say that we can stop asking about cereal on the podcast. Yeah, I don't know. Malik reached out to me and said, hey man, I'd love to come back on the show, got something to share, this, that, and the other. I'm like, hey, yeah, I love that. I love when guests reach back out to say, first of all, it means they like me. They might like me a little bit. So second of all, it's great. I love being that hand to say, hey, boom, let's get it out there. Let's everybody, Can Crusher Nation and everybody around the world be able to tell you what's going on. So I'm pumped. But I'm going to take care of the due diligence first. Guys, we're available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, all those cool places that you listen to podcasts. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications on all of them. So your phone goes crazy once I download an episode. It just lights up across the board. And if you can leave reviews on them, please do. It only helps bump us up a little bit more and takes that 5,000 that we have and maybe doubles it over time. And it gives more awareness of Can Crushers. I really would love you guys if you can leave some reviews. Definitely on Apple, on iTunes, you can definitely leave them. A couple of the other ones do it too, but if you can do it on Apple, that's awesome. Guys, if you want to be part of the show in the business, want to talk wrestling, reach out to us, cancrusher69@gmail.com. We'll schedule you, get you good to go. Or you can slide into any of our DMs on the socials, which are Insta, Facebook, and Twitter. All of them are at cancrusher69. Head over to our website, buy some merch. That's linked to all to our socials. Yeah, it's like I had a few drinks after work already. I may have. You don't know. And we got to tell you about Collar and Elbow. They're kicking out of winter spring sale. Yeah, I got a couple more weeks of remembering this. Make sure you head over to Collar and Elbow. Check out all their new merch. Get some reduced prices on some of the old stuff. But on top of all that, use our promo code CANCRUSHERS. All one word, capital C and Can, capital C and Crushers. And you'll save an extra 10%. That's pretty cool. From Al Snow and the Hooligans at Collar and Elbow. All right, here comes Al, and then when we come back, I'm going to find out if Malik is happy to be back on the show or if I'm in a world of hurt. Here we go.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
And welcome back to Can Crushers. Guys, I told you in the intro, I was a little worried. Normally when a guest comes back this fast, I did something wrong, or he's got some big news. I wouldn't be worried about the big news. I am worried that I did something wrong. So nonetheless, welcome back to the show, Cheer Captain Malik Mayfield. Did I do something wrong?
No, you didn't do anything wrong, Mark. You're all good, man.
Oh, okay. Good. Because you reached out, you're like, I want to come back on the show. And I know it was, I want to come back on the show. I'm going to punch you in the face or something. I'm like, uh-oh. What did Mark do? No, I'm kidding. It was all friendly banter to schedule this. So, last time we talked, it was well before Christmas. So, how are your holidays? How's everything going on? Personal life, life in general, and then we'll get to wrestling because there's a lot to come here.
Everything's been good. Just trying to, get my name out there more. Traveling the states, talking to promoters. Same old.
Same old. This is one thing that I'm doing during all of May too. It is Mental Health Awareness Month, and let me stop real quick there. If you're struggling with mental health awareness, mental health itself, and you need awareness, you need some guidance or whatever, make sure you get on NAMI, NAMI.com. They'll help you out, or call 1-800-950-NAMI 624-6264. I'll give you all that at the end of the show again. But nonetheless, how's that? Because I do want to focus a lot on mental health this month and making sure everybody's good. Checking back in with all my friends. So you're going to see Malik's the first sucker. And he reached out, and we planned this. And there's another thing I have to tell him, but he doesn't know any of this. I want to make sure, like, my friends in wrestling are good. So this is a checkup on people. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Just fans, but we can get to that level.
You just blew my mind. Okay. Yeah. So nonetheless, first and foremost, after all of that, happy birthday, my friend. Today's legitimately your birthday, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, I have to work, but
well,
it's okay. It's okay.
All
I have
right.
to wrestle in at world class, so working on my birthday, it's no big deal.
Right. When did you... I'll tell you, it was once I turned 21, because 21's that age. You go out. 22, I didn't celebrate my birthday. 45, I sure as shit didn't celebrate my birthday. So when did you stop, like, having big parties and everything for your birthday? You haven't yet.
No, I haven't. Like, I went out to, like, a club last year for my birthday, but that was about it. Nothing, like, too big.
Oh, well, it was just a couple friends, social, this, that, or the other. Nothing like a big, hey, I'm going to Pizza Hut and having a surprise birthday for myself or anything.
Yeah. We just went to the club. It was me and my cousin and her roommate and their boyfriends, and then we met some of our Army friends at the club. And
sounds like a good day, though. Relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was relaxing. Just chill.
Good. Guys, I also want to tell you, if you've not been watching the NCWO Facebook Live shows, you're a fool. Malik has promoted those on his Facebook and everything like that. They're free, guys. They put on a great show, 3 or 4 matches. You've pretty much seen everybody I've had on the podcast on those shows. How do you like doing those? Are they different from a sort of like a live event Well, you guys are doing them like in your training facility, or do you put them as the same thing because the way you practice essentially is the way that you are at live shows?
Yeah. So it's just the trainees, and Richard's wife, Brandy, her sister is like the owner of a group home in McAllister. So she brings the kids in, and the kids come and they get to watch us wrestle and talk to us afterwards. So it's essentially for them, but it's also for us for training purposes.
Well, but it's also for you to get your name out there as well. I mean, I'm not saying anything bad against the group home or anything, but that's on Facebook. That's publicized across the world. You know, somebody could say, holy shit, look at what Malik's doing.
Yeah.
Call him. Right? I mean, you have to use that as a tool.
Yeah.
By the way, the group home, the kids there from the group home, you would think there's 1.5 million of them. I love watching the shows for the wrestling, but those kids are having a ball.
Yeah, there's like maybe 10 of them, and sometimes they're louder than the crowds we pull in.
Yeah.
And we pull 300 plus people.
Yeah. So that's going to be gratifying within itself to do it just for those kids, right?
Yes, sir.
Again, there you guys from Oklahoma again with the sir.
My mom put it in me when I was young. So.
I know. All of you have said the same thing. It's manners. I respect it. I love it. But man, you make me feel old. So you and Luke, NCWO Tag Team Champions, you won that essentially the night after we recorded. That's no lie. The night after we recorded, you essentially won those titles. How was that night? Let's walk through this now. You know, going out there, you know, it was a 3-way tag, right? If I remember right.
A 3-way tag, yes.
Yeah. How was that whole match?
Oh, it was hectic. It was so much going on. It was a good match. It was just so much because I'm like, ooh, there was flying, there was chairs, like there was everybody except for Parabellum. It was our first time tagging together, so it was just like, okay, is this going to work or is this not going to work?
Overall, how do you feel it went, though? Besides wild and crazy, like the in-ring stuff, how do you feel from the bottom of your gut? How do you, pulling the curtain back a little bit, how do you think it went? The crowd was wild.
I think it went great. Like, it could have been better, but it was hot. So we were in there, and everybody was just, it was just a lot of, I don't know, the light that Richard puts up, it takes you away from everything.
Yeah, that light is like brighter than the sun.
Oh yeah, you can barely see the crowd when you're in the middle of the ring. So,
but that's good. That you think it went great, but you can do better. And I like that you said that, because even if you and Luke, and we'll talk about you and Luke here in a minute, but you and Luke take on the Young Bucks or FTR or anybody that's a great tag team right now. You take on them here in the near future, and that's a great match. But you can do better. You maybe 1-2 stepped when you should have 3-4 stepped. There's always something better that you can do in the match, even if it's a 5-star match, right?
Yeah, you can always do better.
And that comes from training and practice and training and practice. It's repetition.
Yeah.
I'm getting this wrestling thing down.
Yeah, you really are.
I'm not taking a beating I don't know. We'll get to that here in a second, but go ahead. I cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. It's just repetition. And the more we tag together, the better our chemistry becomes. It's amazing.
But there's possibly a little wedge or something going on with you and Luke. He's not showing up for training. He's not showing up for a match here and there. Do we have some deception in the rankings already? Is he too big for his britches? Are you and Miss Vagos getting too high on your horses? Like, who's bringing all this around? Something's going on.
It started right after we won the NCWO tag titles. We went on a little vacation to Conroe or College Station, Texas, for Lions Pride, where Olivier was debuting. And I forgot my title at home. And it was just like, from there, it was just like going a little, downhill a little bit. I think we're at a good place now, but you never know.
How do you forget your title at home? In professional wrestling, that is your prized possession. That's almost like Jericho forgetting it in a limo and then somebody stealing it and then it coming back to AEW or something like that. How do you forget that?
I was rushing because I worked the night before. So, like, I woke up and I was like, I got everything. I rushed out the house and drove to Olivier's house. And I forgot it. I was like, after we got maybe an hour onto the road, I was like, oh, it's not here.
How much slack do you get into when you show up to the show and you don't have your title? I've never spoken to anybody before about this. Do you get just a slap on the wrist saying, whatever, make sure you bring it next time? Or you're like, you just ruined a match, storyline, something like that?
So I've never forgot it for a show because I'm usually off the day before the shows. So we're good on that one. But I honestly don't know if anybody's ever forgotten their title for a show. I think there would be repercussions if they did.
I would think. I honestly, I'd hope so.
Yeah. I hope so. I will never leave my title if I have to defend it that day on the show. I can't.
Do you think they'd send you home if you'd get to the event without the title? They either say we're bumping your match and you're going on later, or you're going home and we're going to change what happens tonight.
Usually, I mean, if I do and I get sent home, I could just get it and go back because most of the shows are closed.
Yeah, and essentially you're there hours before. Hopefully you're there hours before.
Yeah, I show up at least like 2 hours before call time to help set up and everything.
Do you still like multiple questions here. One, do you still consider yourself a trainee?
Yes.
You do?
You're all, because you learn something new every day. No matter if you're the trainer or the trainee, you can always learn something new.
I love that answer. I really do, because you can be a trainee even with 15 years, 20 years experience, right? Because this young strapping buck that just has been out of high school for 2 minutes might be able to teach you something.
Yeah.
So I love that, and I forgot the other question. So that's, yeah, we'll wrap back around to it.
All right.
So you heard during some of the other interviews I had with everybody from NCWO that this whole cereal thing has caught on big time. Are you here to tell me that we can end the cereal question, or it still needs to continue? Because now I'm asking legends the cereal question, and they're like, what the hell? We thought you were about beer and whiskey and being a garbage man. I'm like, well, we've clearly become the Captain Crunchers compared to the Can Crushers, because these people in Oklahoma are all about being sociopaths with their cereal. Can we stop that now, or do we need to continue it?
See, I think we should stop it now, because I was on Instagram and I was scrolling through, and I don't know if you know who Chloe Halle is.
I do.
She was on, I don't know what show it was, and the serial question popped up for her. And I was like, okay, it's getting a little bit too far out there now.
Yeah. Yeah. It really has. I mean, some people are measuring stuff and I'm like, oh my God, why is this taking a life of its own? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, Oklahoma's different.
And Robin started it. So we'll just throw Robin right under the bus and back over and go forward one more time.
Yeah,
She's the
Robin.
whole person that started this train wreck.
Yeah, we're going to attack Robin next time before she starts the serial conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. Give her one for me, too.
All right, I got you.
All right, so what else have you been doing just besides NCWO? Because I know you've been traveling. What other organizations are you at? What are you still teaming with Luke? Are you doing anything off on your own a little bit?
So, right after NCWO, me and Luke both got a call from All-Star Pro, where we were, I was the live stream champion at the time. And we went and won the All-Star Pro tag team titles also.
Look at this, belt collectors all of a sudden.
I mean, we're trying. We got to put Oklahoma on the map.
It's getting there. Let me tell you, since I first talked, and I know I'm going to reference everybody from NCWO that I talked to, but since I first spoke with Robin, words are hard today, Malik, as well, I am now seeing a little bit more and more action. And I'm not saying it's because of me having Robin and yourself and Luke and Olivio and Ryan the ref on or anything, but I'm seeing more and more now of things popping up in Oklahoma as well. They also had when we spoke, they didn't have a female. They had a division, but then they never had a whole female card. They essentially did like 2 months after we spoke.
Yeah, UWO. It was ladies' night.
Yeah,
I was there.
Do I get the credit for this, or do me and you get the credit for this?
I don't know. I know it was in the works before we talked.
That's a lie. We get the credit for it. See, you have to understand, man. We get the credit for it. It might have been in the works, but the paperwork wasn't signed until we pushed it a little bit more.
Right? Yeah. We could take the credit for it.
Yes. Thank you. All right, we're going to pause for a minute from wrestling. We're going to come back to it because one of the other counterparts has an issue with me, I think, or maybe not an issue with me, but just has to try to show me up. But I have a lot of random would you rathers. I like these would you rather questions because I get to know more about what's inside of you. We did deep dive last time, but this is a crazy one.
All
right. Would you rather travel back in time to meet your ancestors or travel forward in time to meet your great-great-grandchildren? And I want explanations.
Ancestors.
Why?
Because I would rather be surprised at what comes for the future than me knowing what the past already is, just going back to see it.
I like that. I like that you said that. I as well want to go to the past. I want to talk to, great grandfathers that I never met. Some uncles that I've seen pictures of, but I don't, remember them and talk more with them and stuff like that to find out more about our heritage and family upbringing of when it was rougher, I guess. So I respect that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see myself like not going to the past on that part. I have to.
Yeah.
I want to meet grandma and my great grandpa, and before that, everything.
Yeah, and I'm like you as well. I want to be surprised in the future. What if, I travel ahead and find out that um, I won the lottery and I blew it away within a month? That would crush me, I don't want to know that. I want to be surprised that I won the lottery.
Yeah, that's, I don't want to go to the future. What if I get signed and I'm like, oh, now I'm expecting it?
Yeah. And you miss half the battle then as well.
Yeah.
Of growing yourself. Yeah. Look at you. Throwing a little wrestling in this. Would you rather have... Go ahead.
I got a little bit of a brain in here,
Yeah, I know.
It's not all rattled yet.
Yet. You're young. You're young, kid. You're young. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button? That you could just rewind life for maybe a day, or pause it and just recollect yourself?
A rewind button.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree too. Just clean some stuff up that I'm like, oh shit. That was a FUBU.
Mess up something, go back and be like, okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
Just fix it.
Would you rather have more time or more money?
Time. Because money can come at any time.
Yes. And money's not everything. I've learned that. I really have. I'd rather have... You tell me I'm going to live to be 150. I'm like, whoa, that's a little bit too much time. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That is a long time. That would be 105 more years for me. What the hell am I going to do 105 years from now? Still talk to you because you'll still be around with me. We'll be doing a podcast together.
Right.
Yeah. On that same note of the last two that I asked you, and then I have really ridiculous ones. My grandfather always told me this one quote, but I'm going to ask you this first. Would you rather be poor in good health with family and friends, rich, no friends or family, and slowly declining in health?
Poor with good health with friends or family.
Yep. Yeah, my grandfather always put it, I'd rather be a poor homeless bum living close to my family than rich without a family and sick. Essentially, that's the way you put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine myself without my family.
Same here, brother. Same here.
Yeah. Bloodline or even my wrestling family.
Yeah. Would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or in an elevator?
Ski lift, at least, because I can see out. At least elevator, I would be kind of...
Dude, it's cold. No way in hell would I want to be stuck on a ski lift. At least in an elevator, you're like, all right, I'm at health in here.
Yeah, but you never know what's going on outside of the elevator while you're stuck in there.
You don't know what cable's going to snap on the ski lift either. Yeah.
True that.
Devil's advocate today. Finally, would you rather have X-ray vision or supersonic hearing?
Supersonic hearing. Because, and like, half the time when I'm at work or when I'm wrestling, if you're saying something to me and I'm not even looking at you, I'm not going to hear you.
Okay. But to get to that, now, supersonic hearing, aren't there some, see how the transition's coming? Some fans you just don't want to hear because they're putrid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've had a couple of little run-ins with some fans.
And is it, I'm saying this, you can agree or disagree, so do not send hate to Malik, send it to cancrusher69@gmail.com. Is it because they're ignorant, or they're just trying to be, air quotes, cool?
I feel like they're trying to be cool.
Which makes them more ignorant.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what fans get out of like calling somebody like fat or ugly or any of this. I'm like, you paid for us to entertain you. You never know what's going on in our lives outside of wrestling. So why would you, go to the extent of like talking about us like that?
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know if I asked you this and I didn't do homework. If there's something that, if you could change in the wrestling world, what would you change in the wrestling world? And I have my thoughts because I've been to a couple of shows recently around here, but I want to see what you say first.
Change.
Yeah, have it be the race card, the women, the homophobic, the just things like that. The locker room being old school, or what word am I know, derogatory type of thing that's wrapped around wrestling, because there's still a lot, and that hurts me. There's still a lot. If you could just change one, what would you say? All right, idiots in the world, we need to change this because this, and this.
See, I haven't dealt with any of that anymore since our last podcast because the women are coming around more.
Right.
I think
that's because of us.
I think we had 5 women on the last NCWO show. I haven't really seen anybody do any homophobic remarks. The older guys in the locker room now are really helpful. They don't banter at us or anything. Okay, I got one. The brother card. I hate it so much.
Oh, okay.
So there's this thing in wrestling. It's when somebody makes it somewhere, it's all about, oh, brother, can I ride with you here? Brother, brother, brother. It's so, like, basically they're using their friendship with that person to try to get somewhere else.
To be a leech.
Basically.
Okay. I like that one. That's one I didn't know about, so okay.
Yeah, like, I would change that, because, I mean, like, if they made it there and they're your friend, don't leech onto them. They'll probably talk to the promoter about you. As long as you get better and show that you're better, that promoter will reach out to you.
Show them support for getting there and push them to the next level and so on and so forth. So be a better you and support them.
Right.
Show
up to training, show up to the training shows, all of it. Make sure you're presentable as a person. You never know who's there, who's watching.
Yeah. Mine, Malik, was the fans. Like I said, it's been about 4 months since we talked, but I went to a few shows around here, and it's not because you brought it up. I was going to mention this anyway, but the fans, I don't know if some of them really have been just crawling out of their rock recently from COVID or whatever, now that it's opening, the world's completely opening back up more and more each time. Or if they're just that ignorant, because you have, I went to see a trans wrestler that was on our show about a year ago, so I actually made it down to see her. And some fans are just ruthless. And, dude, you saw that she was going to be on the card. If you're going there and you know for a mindset that you're going to go there and blast her or make fun, don't go. We do not need people like that in professional wrestling as fans, supporters, or whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it's just for fans like that, it's insecurities.
Yeah. I would agree. That's a great point. It really is. It really is. So you recently had another show. How many days ago? A couple as we record.
Saturday.
Yeah, last week.
So like 3 or 4, somewhere around there.
Numbers are hard for both of us right now. You worked
Right.
overnight. I just got done working, so we both have our brains shut off. How was the crowd? How was that card? Can you give us a little bit of rundown what happened?
So the crowd, I think Richard and Brandy said it was either 325 or 375.
Either way, great crowd.
Crowd was amazing. They were hot the entire night, from start to finish. They were just loud. Everybody that was on the card, amazing people. Like, I'm glad, like, half of them, it was my first time meeting them, and they're just amazing.
Do you still get nervous when you're meeting people that you've never worked with or worked on a card with, or if you know their name, is there still a little starstruck?
Usually no. Like, if they're a name, yes.
Well, yeah. If I was to be on the show and you would meet me in person for the first time, I would imagine you'd be like, "Oh my God, it's Mark." No, I'm kidding. But yes, I understand. If it's a big name, yes. But
If it's a big name, I'm kind of like trying not to freak out, and then like I'll inch up to talk to them instead of running to talk to them. So,
have you ran across anybody like that in your travels? Like you were on a card elsewhere that there was a big name and you kind of marked out a little bit?
yes. I wasn't on the card, but I was there for a tryout. I went to Kansas for World Class back in, I think it was either November or October of last year. And Matt Hardy was there.
Nice.
And I was like, I wanted to freak out because I'm like, it's Matt Hardy.
Right.
But then at the same time, I was like, he's doing the exact same thing I do. So I don't want to just like bombard him and be like, oh my God, I saw you as a kid, one of my favorite wrestlers. I have to have some type of dignity.
Some couth. Yeah.
Yeah. So I put on the calm face and just chill and just sit back and listen.
Did you introduce yourself to him at least? Like, hey, I'm Malik. Nice to meet you.
I didn't get a chance to.
Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry. I wish you would have. He was recently in Pittsburgh and did a meet and greet. And, of course, Mark plowing through the line. Hey, Matt, nice to meet you. I'm Mark. Okay, what the hell do you do? No, that's the look that he gave me, and I don't know if he said that in his brain. But, yeah, he'll remember me one day. I hope.
Yeah, he's very calm. He's very chill. He was an amazing person. Like, I didn't get to introduce myself because he was busy. But it is what it is. I'll meet him again someday.
You will.
Hopefully,
You will. All right, so NCWO, like I said, just a couple days ago, just had their last event. Have they announced when their next event is? And essentially, this will be the one that I'm coming to because I said June, July, August-ish is when we're looking to come out. So I think this is it, right?
Yeah. So at the last show, they announced that it would be July 16th.
July 16th. So this is when I got to tell the wife, hey, we need to book stuff, be here, be there. No matches set up yet, right? Because a little bit away.
I'm I don't think there's any matches set up yet, but there has been two guys from Texas that are a team called the Rhodes Dogs that have been kind of on me and Luke's bumper for the last like week and a half.
Uh-huh. So they might be lingering. We don't know yet, though. We don't know anything yet, though.
We don't know yet. I know one of them was at the show. His name was Devion Black. He was at the show. He was watching.
Okay, so that's good to know. Nonetheless, it's July 16th in McAllister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we have any Facebook Live events getting set up here in the near future? Because normally, like right after you guys do a show, you might have a week break or so, and then you do one or two before your next show.
Yeah, we try to have one each month to see the progress of each training.
Is there, besides yourself, is there a trainee that you say, holy cow, he or she is really blossoming right now?
Yes. The last live show I worked with Neo Genesis in a tag match. Well, we faced off in a singles match, and then we tagged together against Natives Law later on in the show. But he's coming around. He's been.
If you're saying he's coming around, he looked great to a wrestling fan, because I remember that. I watched, he looks good, man. He really does.
Yeah, he's been on and off training since he was like 16, but he's never finished his full training. So I think I was his first training match. So
wow,
we're gonna see how that goes.
Well, is you the, air quotes veteran then, and we all know somebody carries the match? It was a good match, man. It was a good match. Like I said, as soon as you guys post those, I'm instantly, either making fun of Robin or supporting you or making fun of Ryan. One of those three, but at least I'm on there watching. Yeah, Neil was good. You did a great job. He did a great job. And then the tag match, I'm glad that it went the way it went.
Yeah, I'm not happy that they attacked us, but
no, I'm not happy they attacked you, but overall,
but, yeah, Sheriff and the show bar they're very good.
Yeah, but they're just dirty.
Yeah,
dirty. We don't like dirty people.
Yeah, they didn't take the titles from us on Saturday, so it is what it is.
Right? So now that we have July 16th booked, this is where I have to wrap it back around to one of your members of the influence there. During her interview, she kind of called me out, Malik. She says that she's going to take me to Dave & Buster's and, beat my ass in video games. I don't know. Is she that good? I mean, I podcast, play video games, and I pick up garbage for my life. I don't have to train. My voice is my training, and you can tell it's amazing.
Right?
God. She's going to come at me so hard, by the way. I know this.
I don't know. We were supposed to go to Dave & Buster's last Wednesday, but I had to work, so I didn't get a chance to go with her. But I think she still went.
Oh, so she's still training. I don't have a Dave & Buster's. I'm going to come in as a noob, as these kids call it nowadays, and put her down, and she still has to train for video games and everything.
Yeah.
I understand. Miss Vagos. I understand. You're worried. Are you going to join us for this event of events when this goes down?
What day it is, and I will take off.
one of the days around July 16th, I'm sure. Probably the night after, I would imagine, so I don't interfere with the night before wrestling night. Yeah, so I would imagine it'd be the 17th.
Okay. Yeah, there's usually a lot going on the night before.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Plus, you don't want to be wasted the next day when you're wrestling. If we do partake in any beverages, not that we're planning on it or anything, but I might have a celebration afterwards.
I mean, that'll be perfectly fine. As long as it's not during the show, we're all good.
Right.
I don't want Rich mad at me.
No, I don't. That's why I said after, because I don't want him mad at me either. He'll shut me down from talking to you guys, so I don't want any of that to happen.
Yeah.
Between now and then, though, Malik, what do you have going on?
This Saturday, May 7th, me and Luke make our debut at World Class Revolution.
Nice. Opponents? Do you know who they are?
No, I don't.
Ooh.
We don't yet.
Crazy. Going in open contract, kind of.
It's an Oklahoma tag team. That's all I know. And there's not many of them around. So it's like, okay. Who is
Right. I wonder if if World Class is pulling the wool over your eyes and you're going to get the sheriff again.
Oh, I don't know about getting sheriff again.
All right. Just wondering.
He's out of commission for a little bit.
He is.
Yeah.
Anything else then? I mean, that's this weekend. I mean, you have a long time until July.
I have a match this weekend. I'm doing a singles match at UWO on May 14th against Adrian Vega, I think his name is. And then July 10th, me and Luke make our debut at Majestic in Seminole.
Okay.
And then 25th and 26th of June, we're at the pop-up con here in Oklahoma City with Matt Cardona, Franco Varga, Jacob Fatu. Yeah, Thunder Rosa's going to be there.
Oh, sweet. So it's like a Comic-Con, wrestling con, autograph signings and all of that.
Yeah.
Those are amazing.
There's IWW, First Time Ever, and Mission Pro. There's 2 days, 3 shows. And then there's signings also.
Oh, and Rose is going to bring the A game of everybody that she has in her back pocket too. So that sounds like it's going to be an amazing event.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. That's one of the bigger shows me and Luke are excited for, because we don't know who we're facing, but it's still a month or almost 2 away. So we're in training every day, getting ready for that, because you never know.
And it doesn't matter who you're facing, because the eyes are going to be there.
Yeah, I have a lot of eyes there. Sergeant Slaughter, Jake the Snake. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, this is when you make sure everything is right. And, boom, boom, boom. A to B, B to C, C to D is fluent.
Yes.
Nice. So how much wrestling have you been, since you're uber busy now? You really are with real life work and wrestling and training and throw work back in there. How much are you getting to watch wrestling now? I know when we talked, it was sporadic. Has it decreased or increased at all?
It's increased a lot. My job, since I work overnights now, at my job, I get to watch Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, NXT. I'll catch up on AEW Dark and all of it.
Nice. Are you pulling from anybody on any of those shows that you're like, oh man, I missed watching this, so maybe I have to watch more Riddle or more Randy Orton or more, FTR or anybody like that?
So Luke is probably watching like FTR and Matt and Riddle and Randy Orton, but I've been watching, I was watching MSK before all that happened.
Right.
Then, the Martin brothers, Top Flight, before Darius got injured again.
I know, that's such a bummer.
Yeah.
I hope these are random injuries and it's not going to be like a lingering thing his whole career, because otherwise that's going to damper his career.
Yeah. He's good too.
He's great. Good is an understatement. He's great.
He is. Hopefully we get to, be at that level one day with him.
That would be awesome. How do you and Luke then, because you guys are completely different. You guys were thrown together the last time we talked and this, that, and the other thing. So how do you guys come together from an FTR to, a high flyer team? Have it be anyone that because FTR is not high flyers. How do you come together and then mesh and say, hey, we'll take some of this moveset, some of that moveset, back and forth?
So we haven't debuted it yet, but we have a new finisher.
Interested in this?
It shows my strength and him jumping more. And then we have another move that we have debuted. We did it at Top of Texas, where it shows him flying a little bit more before I hit my split leg.
Ooh. And how long have these been in kind of the repertoire, but in training? Because you're not taking them out first day using them, right?
No.
So how long have you been perfecting them, I guess?
Ooh. I think we have like 4 or 5 tag moves that we've been perfecting since like February.
Okay. So a few months. It's not really, okay, we got this one down this weekend, let's run it. You really want to make sure everything goes in line before, to be safe. Out. Yeah, to be safe essentially, for one, you, Luke, and your opponent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're sitting on a couple of things, waiting on the right time to pull it out and not just rush and do it.
And I know this is more for the management of NCWO. Any thoughts on getting a streaming or anything? Have you heard any of that for the people over here on the East Coast that, they listen to Can Crushers? There's even people in California that listen to Can Crushers that can't make this trip. Any streaming services coming about, like signing up with IWTV, just streaming a whole event one time live on Facebook, besides your Facebook ones?
I haven't really heard anything, but I know Richard gets the video out to us as fast as he can. And as soon as he gets it out to us, most of us post them on YouTube.
Yeah. You guys do a great job posting them within, I literally want to say 24 hours. So it's really, if you know the matches, like, boom, I can watch you and Luke's match against whoever you're taking on, Olivia's match against whoever she's doing. If Ryan wants post the whole show because he's a ref. He's like the mega ref. Usually, he's just running the gamut from open to close, isn't he? Throw Robin in there every once in a while, but she's dabbling in other things now.
Robin did not ref this last show.
Oh, at all? Okay, that's why I said I know she's dabbling in other things.
Robin wrestled this show.
Yeah. I didn't know if we were going to break that or not, but yeah.
Yeah. Robin wrestled. We had 3 refs in Ryan Martin, Mike Lanoy, and Michael Bell.
So to be a referee, because after I talked to Ryan, I got 3 more Ryans to come on as referees. So it was just like Robin, Ryan, the ref. I'm like, oh my God, can you have any other name besides it starting with an R? So at least there's a couple Mikes out there in the world. That's good.
Yeah. It's
good.
Michael Bell. Michael Bell's a very good ref. If you can get him on, he's been a lot of places.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out to him now that we have the date of July 16th set to get his little thoughts about what's coming up as we come closer to the event. You know, break some of the storylines down because he's a third. I don't want to say he's a third wheel. He's the third component in the ring all the time, so he's seen a lot.
Yeah, he's a very good ref. I think he's refed a couple of my matches at All-Star.
Okay.
And he's very good.
Nice. All right, Malik. Anything else you want to bring to the table? Did I not ask you anything that you want to promote, talk about? Are you starting an exercise studio or anything that you know that just might have popped up in your head right now?
No, not really. Just thankful for, all my coaches and Richard and Brandon Barricade, the 2 training facilities I've been at. That's about it right now.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you continue to thank your coaches and everything like that. I know I asked you last time, but I'm going to ask you again to see if it changed at all and if it's become more gravitas, bigger or whatever. What has wrestling brought to you thus far in your career and in your life?
For the most part, more positivity. Being around, Olivier and Luke, the Gatekeeper, Johnny Cove, Clayton Bloodstone, the Oklahoma people, Danny B. It's just a bunch of positive people trying to make it to where they want to be in life. So them trying to make it where they want to be, it pushes me to try to make it to where I want to be also.
So they're good. Watch how I do this. So they're good for your mental health.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, my friend.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. It's awesome what people can do if they're nice people. And nice people. Everyone you named right there is nice people that wants to push you to be the best cheer captain that you can be.
Right. And I try to push them to be the best wrestler, hunter, fashionista, mullet daddy, all of it.
Referee, yeah.
Referee, yeah.
Owner, videographer, right. It's a family, guys. It really is a family. And each one of these guys, gals that come on Can Crushers are here to tell their story about how they're succeeding in life, how they're pushing each other to do well for each other and not rip each other apart. Yeah, we all make mistakes. Razor Ramon said it the best. It's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up.
Yep.
So.
I think Hannah Montana said it too.
For real?
I had to. I'm a Disney Channel person. I had to just one time.
It's okay. Did you really though?
Yeah, she had a song. Everybody makes mistakes.
Oh, okay. She also came in like a wrecking ball. So that might have been a mistake.
That is.
No, it's not the same person. I know.
That is also true.
Yeah, I know. All right, my friend. I love you. I had a blast again today. Now that we have a date, again, we'll say it for the 100th time. It's July 16th is the next NCWO show in McAlester, Oklahoma. As we get closer to the show, maybe I'll have some more facts and cards and, matches and everything to tell you. And you'll probably be able to follow Can Crushers along out to Oklahoma, as we are going to end up out there. And who knows? Maybe you'll come to Dave & Buster's with us too, online. I don't know. Yeah.
Spice.
Teasers, buddy. All right, I love you, buddy. And we'll be talking with you real soon, all right?
All righty. Thank you for having me.
Guys, once again, that's the cheer captain, Malik Mayfield. A little bit of a personal back and forth interview. Not a lot of real questions, just chatting to find out where he's at, how happy he is in the wrestling business since we last spoke to him, getting stuff set up. And man, I love that the day has been set. July 16th, NCWO will return to McAlester. And man, I have something in the works. I really need to reach out to everybody at NCWO and have this set up, because we want to blow that out of the water. We want to do a special show for that, as we're in transition out to, my family and I will be in transition out to that show, committed to go. I cannot wait to head out to Oklahoma to see what's going on and to meet some of these hooligans, as I like to call everybody here on the show anymore. Man, again, remember, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. I wrapped it back around with Malik just to say, hey, see, we want to make sure everybody is good this month and make sure everybody is aware. Again, reach out. If you need some help, you want to talk to somebody, reach out to loved ones. They're there. Reach out to a priest, a pastor, anybody. People love you. They want to talk to you. NAMI. It's 1-800-950-NAMI. The numbers are 6264. I know I botched them a little bit earlier, but yeah, make sure you do that. Mental health awareness, it's huge. We don't talk about it enough. We want to make sure that we spread it this whole month of May. Wrestlers are very much in need of it as well, just as garbage men, policemen, cashiers, everything. Everybody has it. We just don't talk about it enough, that we just put it in our back pocket and we kind of forget about it. But let's not anymore. Let's not. A lot going on in NCWO. Hopefully Malik and Luke have smoothed everything over. Seems like they might be trudging towards a tough title defense in July. We'll have to wait and see how it shakes down. Make sure you go out and you follow Malik on his socials. Make sure you follow NCWO and just see everything that these guys and gals are doing out there. Awareness, guys. Awareness to watch great professional wrestling. Indies or not, it's professional wrestling. I almost want to drop the indie word anymore. I do, because it's professional wrestling. Yeah. So, all right, guys. I love you all. Thank you again for the continued support here on Can Crushers. And remember, just because you're trash, it doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot.